Hey everyone, it is Lindsay, and I just wanted to do a quick tutorial on how to use Google Classroom. I know a lot of you are going to use that for our remote learning, and I have found a pretty cool tool that allows you to upload PDFs in your Google Classroom, and then it will allow students to write on top of the PDFs, and then they will be able to turn that into you. So you can upload your documents however you want, but then they will be able to use their computer to write on top of it. So the first thing would be to go to your Google Classroom and click on the subject that you're using. Third grade is using Google Classroom to assign pretty much all of our work, and the work that we're giving, almost all of them are PDFs. So I'm just going to go into my math classroom and I'm going to create the classroom. Now, one of the things that I've done is I have created a remote learning folder that I can just put all of my resources in there. But the first thing I want to do is to create an assignment. And I'm just going to call this one Monday, April 13th. And I'm going to add all of the resources that we have for April 13th to this assignment. So I'm going to look in my drive and go to our remote learning folder and click on April 13th. And this is math, so I'm going to click on this one. I'm adding these charts because those are things that we want our students to be able to have. I'm also going to click on these PDFs here and then add them. Now, the big thing here is to make sure that you change all of these to make a copy for students. And this creates it so that they are writing on their own page, they're not seeing other people's work, and they can get turned into you individually. So now that I have all of these created, I am going to go over here and I'm going to drop it down. And I'm going to schedule this one because it's not until April 13th that I want them to see that. So I'm just scheduling it for the 13th at 8 a.m. And that's when these will be released so the students can see them. And then, like I said, I just created this remote learning folder. I'm going to drag it down here so that all of my remote learning are together. So I want to show you what you can see if you are using this Kami extension. So I created a test group using my kids' accounts, and there's a couple ways to look at these pages. The first one is to click on the assignment, and I can see that I have Kaylee turned hers in, and I can see that Cody turned his in. So I just click on it, and when I pull it up, it's going to show me what they added on this document. So the document was just the lines or just the number lines. What they added were this line here to split or to partition the line, and then they used a text box to add 1/3. They partitioned them down here, text box to add in the fractions. And so I can see it here. If we are giving points, we could score it here and then save it to be used later. Another way that you can see your work is to go to your Google Drive, and the classroom is called Kami Test. So I will have a folder in my drive called Kami Test. And so as I scroll down, actually it's called Kami Uploads. So I'm going to open this up. I'm not there. So back in my Google Drive, I'm going to find this test group. because that's the name of my Google Classroom. If I go back here, the name of my classroom is Test Group. So in my Google Drive, I have a folder called Test Group. I also would have a folder called my reading and my math that I could go into. Once I'm in my test group, I can open up these folders for each assignment. And again, I can open up where they did the work. So on Kaylee's, it'll show that she named this fraction right here 3/4. She solved these multiplication problems and put in the answer here. So there's two ways that you can view your students' work. I hope that